work episode or weekend episode he can drop because he says he's got a lot of info he wanted to drop, but
he lives in Nigeria now. We talking to him?
Yeah. Hold on, actually, I done messed up. I didn't hold up. In broadcast, not yet. I gotta edit the name of the episode. What were we gonna name this episode?
Is he in Nigeria now?
Is he in?
Hey, Craig.
Now.
Send your messy twin a message, see if he might be available.
He be working during this time.
We all working.
We all working, yeah.
I just take my break right now. This is my time.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I'll be like, hey y'all, it's about an hour. I gotta get back. Yeah, but this episode 118. We've been doing this for a minute now.
Wow.
Wow. I was right.
So let's get it going. Let's beer in. What y'all got today?
Your uncle got the short end. Because I just told him this morning that he's impatient. Like, calm down and wait sometimes. But as soon as you say something, he's like, da-da-da-da-da. So we were just basically clearing out the fridge. I said, do you want Warlock? He said, I don't want that trash. I said, do you want hop skip? And before I could say or, he's like, yeah, give me hop skip. Now, the difference with hop skip is that it's a 12 ounce. That means that I got the other beer, which is the Cashmere Hero, which is a 16 ounce, and it's better. But because he wanted to be impatient and just answer before he heard the full question, I win today. So I have Cashmere Hero.
Yeah.
They're both good though. But
if you love me, you would have gave me that anyway.
I love you enough to give you options.
Okay. So what is it that you got?
Hey,
I have Cashmere Hero. It's a double dry hop IPA made out of Chicago, and it is 7.8 ABV.
You remember what Tina Turner said? You said if you
What love got to do with it?
You talking about beer? What love got to do with it?
What love got to do with it?
Your old daddy said it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Look at that.
Well, I've been hanging kind of low with the Budweiser.
Pops, I'm gonna say you something next week. We can't keep doing that to you. You can't be doing that to yourself. You gotta love yourself.
He stayed with that Budweiser. Today I got a little something called a little something ale.
A little something ale.
That used to be our go-to.
That used to be.
That was it was so delicious.
This was y'all St. Pauli's girl.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want it no more though, but
right.
Where do you find little something ale at?
Ashley brought it. She done found it.
We've had them there, Detroit Pops. You can find them almost everywhere.
I bet they at Kroger.
Yep.
No, I don't think. I don't know.
No, they're not at Kroger. I looked on Instacart. They're not at Kroger.
Kroger.
I was gonna say I know Kroger got a lot of stuff I ain't know, but I ain't seen that one. You know.
No.
What's the other grocery store up there?
Myers. Yeah, that's about it.
Myers has it probably.
Yeah. I feel like
if it's
section.
Yeah.
We only got the two. I mean, big ones now. We got a lot of local stores. You know.
I think there's still one Farmer Jack roaming around someplace in Michigan.
That's
old. It is. It must be in Upper Peninsula because I ain't seen one in years.
I think I didn't seen a Farmer Jack someplace.
Yeah.
Around here. But you know how it is.
Yeah, we had the one up there on Michigan Avenue, and Kroger's bought it out, and Kroger's had two Kroger's up there.
Let me see.
Finally been closed, one of them.
What y'all rating y'all drinks so we can get that into it?
Hey, Josh, send me the link to the show.
Yay!
No, he's not gonna make it. But I asked him in the group, and everybody said, "Drop the link. I want to watch the show."
So need the link so people can hop on into the show or see the show.
Watch.
The show.
Okay. Okay. I'll send you to YouTube.
Okay.
So from my smell, I'm gonna pre-rate this 6.75.
Yeah, I'm going with a 6. I feel like Pops. I'm going with a 6.
I can't go no further myself. That costing. That'd make me out a liar, you know.
Make you out a liar.
I would say, this Yeah, about 6'7", 5'7".
Yeah, that's good.
All right, I just sent it to you. It's a little something. I don't know, but y'all said this is y'all go-to, so I'm out of respect. I'm gonna say
No.
It used to be our go-to.
Okay.
Now your cousin likes him. He'll still smash him.
Oh, which cousin?
Jael.
Well, I'm legally both of them can drink, but yeah.
When you said which cousin, I'm like, Taylor's didn't stop at just one of them. That could be anybody.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'll give it a. Pre-rating, no expectations. I'm gonna stay at 7.5 because y'all used to love it.
Okay, I think you're gonna like it. It's not bad.
Turn that can around again.
It tastes like beer. As Grandpa likes to say, it tastes like beer.
7.5.
7.5.
Look at the face too. He got one of them.
Wait a minute. Did y'all hear how high Pops' voice went?
He didn't even bite his tongue or nothing. He's just 7.5.
I'm doing it out of respect. I'm doing it out of respect for what y'all used to have with this can.
That was an ale, wasn't it?
Yeah, it tastes like beer, like Grandpa likes to say.
I love ale too. Remember one of the first episodes? I thought that ale and lager, and I didn't know that ale was a beer.
Oh yeah, we were. Yeah,
that was ale.
You know what? That was my bad moment because I was like, Grandpa be saying stuff so convincing. Where he's like, it's ale of beer, and I was just like, he said it.
Well, that's because I was believing.
Well, no, this reminds me of the time a couple episodes ago where Auntie didn't know about something, and it was something real simple that we thought was simple, but Auntie didn't know about it. And Grandpa was just talking about how Jesus was 100% real, and he was like, "Yeah, I believe in all this." And then he was like, "Oh, you mean to tell me you don't know about this, Crystal?" And Crystal was like, "You mean to tell me you think Jesus starts with a J?"
I said it.
It was 2 episodes ago. You didn't say that last part, but it was funny. But it was interesting. But anyway, who is Dino Chummings? Who is this?
Cummings. What up, Dino?
They said I need a beer. Okay.
Yeah, get a beer. Dino, come on the show. Let me know if you want to come on the show. I don't know if you got a beer though.
Grandpa really got his magnifying glass on.
He says, "I need a beer." Yeah.
He whipped it up. He's just like, "Hey."
That's been up there all this time. I ain't never been able to read it because I didn't had my magnifying glass.
Now you ready? Now you ready?
I'm ready now.
I got the magnifying glass. No.
Yeah, Dino's in our mastermind. No beer in the house. Boo.
Man, this magnifying glass is getting me.
There's another message up there.
the way he just like flicking it up. Like the Phantom of the Opera.
Like the little mask.
Wow. Grandpa's like, only sophisticated people can handle this.
Let me tell you the funny part here.
That's not the funny part.
All right, you say
no. The funny part is I got it on the big screen. I don't need this. I can just look over here.
Yeah. All right, next time, Dino. Next week. Next week.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Next time I'll be ready. Yeah.
That's funny.
I didn't need the magnifying glass. I didn't need to turn my head.
Oh my gosh.
The magnifying glass, it hits better. That's you like that.
Oh my goodness.
So we're doing continue with our series. We're doing Nigeria today. So I did ask a few people who were either Nigerian, like first generation, or who just came over from Nigeria to give me a few pointers about it. And one was supposed to come on the show, but he couldn't come on last minute. But he did send me some info. He's gonna send me some stuff, a documentary that he wants me and Grandpa to watch. But he so I asked him what was Nigeria's name before colonization, and he was like, I mean, sound like someone shooting outside, but
you just moved to a better place.
Yeah.
Oh, but I couldn't. He didn't. I maybe I phrased it wrong, but he gave me the actual name of it during colonization, which was the Royal Niger Company territory, which is wild. But he said it was colonized by a man named Lord Luggard. So that was interesting. I could pull up his information too. But he said back when he was younger, he's not that old, but like they were still, even after they freed themselves from rule, that there were still British people there who were calling Nigeria they call it there. I don't know if they still call it there now, but when he was younger, they were calling it the nigger area. That's what they're like. Nigeria was called the nigger area.
Wow. Yeah, that was part of that slave coast with the slave coast, the gold coast, the grain coast. And I was telling him, Freddie, about they used to call that area Negro land in there, where most of the slaves came out of, So, and they shortened it up and said, call it the nigger area.
You missed it. Yeah. I thought I was gonna make reference to that. I know you were gonna bring that up.
Yeah, like so apparently
before that, like it was like Benin was southern Nigeria. Then you had the Yoruba were in that area, the Igbo.
Yeah, Igbo, yeah.
I always thought it was Igbo. It's Igbo?
Hey, listen. Don't Igbo, but maybe I'll start saying it both ways. I really don't know the pronunciation.
Hey man, you want to be careful. One word can mean something completely different.
Either one is good to me. I don't know how to pronounce it. Igbo.
Well, Dad, if you remember, so through Dad, his mom's side, we are Yoruba, out of the Nigeria area. So that's like we need to get there. Oh, Pops, we got our passport.
You got your passport?
Yeah, we got our passports back.
I'm looking for mine any day now because it's they sent me the stuff back because I had eyeglasses on. They didn't accept it,
Okay.
And then I've sent it back, but it's been now about a month. I'm looking for mine any day now.
Okay.
Yeah, I look like a linebacker in mine, Pops. I look like a mean man.
We're ready to get back in the skies, man. So maybe we need to go to Nigeria.
Oh yeah. I'm questioning.
Yes.
The British, did they control Nigeria too, didn't they? Along with Ghana?
Yeah, the British is who named it that the thing I named it, the Royal Nigerian.
Okay, this question I was asking, Nigeria is Islamic, so Islam, there's 138 million people of that faith in Nigeria. But British is a Christian colony. They colonized it. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to know where did Islam come in at, when everybody over there, of the Islamic faith.
Well, Islam came in, Islam came, they came into Africa like a while. Like, so if I remember correctly, of the Abrahamic religions, Islam is, was it? Yeah, is it Muslims or Islam? The Islamic faith is actually the youngest.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
So
I don't want to be like Pops and be definitive, like.
Well, Grandpa says stuff like, "Well, this is my factual opinion."
My factual opinion.
My factual opinion. This is my first.
I know Islam was running, Islam slave trade is actually older than the Christian slave trade, and it's actually more brutal than the Christian slave trade. We just don't talk about it because
but see, one thing about what the difference was, though, the Christian slave trade was a transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah,
it came later, but the transatlantic slave trade was mostly all from England, and Spain and Portugal.
All right,
so I don't know.
I got some timeline. I got a little timeline here. All right. So 8,000 BC, the creation of the oldest currently known artifacts, stones, shelters. Igbo land, mostly occupied by foragers, including Bantu ancestors. It's so, let me see. When do the Muslims get in here? The Muslims don't come in until around 1500 AD. So that's about
1500. That was the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade too.
Well, hold on, Grandpa. So basically, Muslims came in about 9,500 years after the first recorded artifacts had to have been there. So those artifacts have been there. So that means they had already had some culture, so you don't get culture overnight.
Oh,
that means Muslims were there at least 10,000 years after people really started doing stuff.
Yeah, the Benin Empire dates way back, right? Like the Yoruba people, the Ibo or Igbo, like they date way back. The Islam, these all, as John Henry Clark calls them, Johnny come latelys. They came in late with their destruction and their slavery and mass killing, and now they have influence in the area. But nah, the culture is long older than them. Like you say, Islam is a relatively new phenomenon on the planet anyway. They're just as brutal as the Christians. That's just the difference.
Well, Muhammad,
so widespread.
Muhammad in 600 AD is when Islam was formed.
Yeah, that's a baby. That's like Scientology. Now, of course, the people of Islam faith don't want to hear that, right? Yeah, it was created yesterday, 600 years.
You about to have them people over.
I'm like,
nobody. The facts are the facts, man. The people been on this planet for, you can't argue 50,000 years ago. So, I didn't compare.
Took her face over here. She's like, I am no way affiliated with any of this nonsense.
I didn't compare Islam to the lunacy of Scientology. I'm talking about
the Muslims and the doggone Scientologists. You gonna talk trash about both of them crazies?
Oh, okay, yeah, they are crazy. But
I ain't gonna say everybody crazy.
They are still young.
I ain't say that, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Don't be afraid.
Hold up. The views of the executive producer in Fresh Fortress are not necessarily the same as that of Freddie of Wakanda.
Me
and Grandpa are just mild-mannered men who are just trying to enjoy ourselves.
The religions are new, right? Like, just like what's the Mormons, right? The Mormons, it was like
you are just going forward.
But to be fair, the Muslim faith is like several thousand years old. The Mormon faith is like several hundred years old, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe 200 years.
Yeah, but Islam is what's been in.
Well, Scientology, that's even younger than the Mormons.
But
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But
Scientology is younger than Auntie.
I was about to say, I feel like my kids are the same age as Scientology.
But in terms of humans on the planet, and particularly in this areas of Africa, all of that was yesterday. Yeah, 600 AD was yesterday. Like that was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, technically Ethiopian Coptic Christianity is several thousand years older than anything that we know.
It's like, but I know how I get with the religions. It's like the alphabet community, right? Like if you say anything,
the alphabet community.
I'm getting everybody in here. We might as well put the Jews in here as well, so you can't even say nothing about them either without.
How do I do it? How do I close my face?
I get on camera. I got taken out. Right? Yeah.
See, that's how I know. That's how I know business is doing well for Uncle Pooh Bear. He out here just trying to burn bridges. I'm like, hey man, I got a timesheet. Like you can't be out here messing.
Oh my god,
messing up the bread.
Oh man, no, I mean the truth is the truth, man. People don't like the truth, then they don't get down with me anyway. So, like, what bridge I'm gonna get crossed? Like, what? Okay, y'all not heard me speak on religion. Like, ain't none of them coming to court me, and we ain't talking about nothing. I'm not looking for nothing from them. I'm good. I'll be all right.
So now let's get back to Nigeria.
This was about Nigeria.
The purpose of today's discussion.
You can't even talk right. The today's
discussion. So we have established that it has been under numerous hands of power. Okay, so we know the original tribes. We got the Yoruba, the Edo, the Edo, the Igbo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. I'm just gonna put it in the chat.
He says Igbo. I googled it. Yeah,
it's Igbo. So they've had multiple civilizations, and then the Muslims came in after all that. But there was for several thousand years that like no Abrahamic religion was apparently over in this side of Africa.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing to bring up that we've been talking about this whole series. That when people think about Africa, Africa is not a country. It is a bunch of countries and a bunch of different cultures, a bunch of different beliefs.
54 countries. in Africa, on the continent.
And just like how empires rise and fall, there's been different hands who done had different plans and different cultures, and it's just been a mixing. Like,
well, that country shit was developed in 1885 from the Berlin Conference when they chopped up Africa and created four areas. that's where this dividing came from. But I mean, people identify with these countries now, but that's why most of the people identify with their people. Their people. I won't say tribe. I got checked on that. We're not supposed to say tribe because tribe denotes something less than a nation. Tribe denotes something less than an empire, right? So they say don't use that word. So you talk about the people or the empire or the nation, right? So these areas had their history, they had their culture, they had everything long before white people came along. Then white people show up, white people and things.
See, Uncle Pooh, he'll change his tone from the people talking about tribes, but everybody else, he's like F them. he's like they done told me not to talk about tribes. This is a nation. Sir.
Everybody else gonna catch this heat, buddy. No, you know how white people do. They just come here and start white people. I mean, ever since they got found on the planet, they've been doing the same thing. I don't know. Like,
Did you hear that? He said ever since they were found on the
planet. I'm just saying. Wow. I'm just speaking the truth. And you can't deny what I'm saying. It's the truth. This isn't alternative facts. It's just the facts.
Yo, this is a good night's rest and a run. He feeling fired up today. When I say he got a good 13 hours of sleep,
once again, I would like to remind people this is supposed to be about Nigeria today.
Well, I brought up the 1885 Berlin Conference because that's how Nigeria, the boundaries of the so-called country became exactly what it was, because Africa got carved up. They was carving it up based on resources and minerals and people that they wanted to control and dominate. And, so then it became this spot mixed with the Yoruba, the Igbo, the Edo. I think that is the third one.
Yeah, or Edo. I think
Edo. Yeah,
Edo. Edo is Japanese, so like I think it's Edo, pronounced Edo for Africa, like in this dialect.
I definitely need to get into the culture. I don't know much.
Yeah, man, like it's weird. We talk all this pro-black stuff, but we can't even pronounce. Like is it Edo? Is it Edo? Hotel Holiday Inn.
So okay. So question: since we're talking about Nigeria, right? I forgot what you all just said. Just made me look up just what they're known for, what Nigeria is known for. Excuse me. And one, I didn't know it's the most populous nation, black nation. I guess they put black in there, because Asia will knock a nation out when it comes to population. China will, but it also talks about, and I thought this was interesting because I know we've been talking about the history, like the ancient history of it, but can we talk about some new stuff? Because right now it's the second largest film industry.
Behind Bollywood.
It beat Bollywood.
Yeah, Bollywood. Oh, it passed Bollywood.
It says it's the second largest film industry.
So who's the first? China?
Us.
Us, America.
Well, no, because I remember. I thought Bollywood was number one because they pop out films. Because think about it, there's like 1 billion people over there. They're popping off content left and right. And like America, I mean, like we have a older film infrastructure, but we don't have this many people. And like they're just popping out movies. Like, have you seen Bollywood movies? These movies are
my bad. I put on. Hold on.
You done pulled a grandpa. You done turn a different sound on.
I went to this Nigeria page. My bad.
But yeah, I mean, because from my understanding, I thought Bollywood was number one because they were just popping out as films. But I knew about like Nigeria's film industry. I didn't know it was.
You watched Nollywood?
I didn't either. You did say Nigeria was number one, eh?
Number two. They said it's the number two of film
industry. In the film industry. Who was number one then?
That's what I'm about to look up now, just to make sure.
Oh, you said Nigeria was number two. Oh, I thought you said it was number one.
Yeah, well, we know they got all that oil money.
Oh,
yeah.
they got
Nollywood is so doggone cool to watch. I started watching Nollywood in like 2016, 2017. And what I loved about it was that it showed the different side of Africa, Nigeria, than what we would typically see here, because forever we've been taught and told that everywhere in Africa is desolate, the starving, and not educated, all of that stuff. But the very first Nollywood movie I watched, I think it was called 50. It was about 4 women, 4 best friends, and they're all turning 50, and they were just in different stages of their lives. And one of them, she's like a huge executive at this company with her own driver and this nice mansion and this that. And another one had an empire with her husband. So I just thought it was dope to see that they're living over there just like we're living over here. But a lot of folks don't see that. And so that's why now I try to watch as much Nollywood as I can. And just like everything else, there's some cheesiness to some of the stuff. But I find it so entertaining, and I love watching it. I love supporting.
I can't watch Hollywood.
What do you call it?
Nollywood. So it's like Hollywood, but with an H. I mean, with an N for Nigeria. For Nollywood.
Nollywood. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Can I Google that?
You probably can.
Yeah, you can watch it on Netflix.
Huh?
On Netflix.
Oh, yes, okay.
That's how I watch my Nollywood movies.
Oh. Yeah, you really like some Nollywood movies.
I do.
I never even heard of Nollywood.
I didn't realize that there were over 2 million people in Nigeria. 200 million people.
I was gonna say, yeah, way more than 2 million.
It's probably 2 million in Lagos.
Last time I heard it was about 140 something million. You say 200 million?
Oh, no, we might. Our guest might be joining in a second. I don't know. We might be able to get some live.
206 million. So it's 206 million people is their population right now.
Really? What? 206
million
in Nigeria.
Oh wow!
In Nigeria alone.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that many. Like, wow.
You know what? What was kind of difficult? Remember when we were there in at the University of Ghana, and the kids said that most of the people came from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because the student from Ghana couldn't afford to go there. So I'm just wondering, Ghana, I mean, a Nigeria University, evidently they got a small infrastructure too. Then if they sending people to Ghana, and Ghana look like a.
From my understanding, once you get outside of Lagos, and the other, I forget the other big area. Like it's not. It ain't all developed and industrialized.
Right? Oh, okay. The infrastructure is not complete.
There's pockets of it, and then those pockets are like super densely populated.
Populated.
Like,
okay.
I think he's coming.
He's coming.
Femi, you here?
And while he's coming, I stand corrected.
Hey, Sean.
So
I'm trying to hide my African face, Nigerian face.
Oh, show my Nigerian face.
But okay, let me. Since Sean, you've not seen my face before, so I'm just gonna reveal my identity here.
All right, this is my boy Femi. We work together. How you doing, man?
I love the energy.
Yeah, what's happening, brother?
This is my guy.
I will tell you this in Nigeria way. Bawoni. So Bawoni means how are you guys?
Bawoni. And how do you say I'm doing great?
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
My name is Femi, and Femi means let's say my full name is Olufemi, and Olufemi simply means God loves me. Okay, and Nigeria is a very big country. I would say the biggest, the biggest country in Africa. Okay, the biggest country, and Nigeria is the Yoruba, the Hausas, and the Igbos. The Yorubas are I'm sorry for using this word, but they are the most educated. So they like studying. You would see a Yoruba man.
Break it up a little bit, bro.
With 4 or 5 PhD, like Yoruba man with like 5, 6 certifications, 5 degrees. So yes, the Igbos, they are the business people. They like making money, and when you look at the United States regions, okay, the Hausas are the Muslim people. They are the richest. They are the richest. They control the country. They control the country's economy. They have the largest population. they mingle with people from the Arabian countries, like the Middle East. So those are the Hausas. So, and I heard you mention Nollywood. Right now, I tell you this, which is a very good thing for Nigeria. Right now, when it comes to Nigeria right now. So, Sean, I mentioned something. If you guys can Google Wizkid, Burna Boy. Burna Boy had the Grammy Award last year. Is there any way I can do that?
Oh, you can if you make another thing, we can share it on the screen.
So I can share screen if you want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, and you all, I stand corrected. You're right. Bollywood is first, then it's Nollywood, then it's Hollywood.
Did you guys see what I just sent to you guys? Wizkid.
What is
That guy right now? That guy is on another level. See Wizkid with Justin Bieber. He's on tour right now. And this is the music. Everybody's listening to this music, okay? This.
Yeah.
Essence.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right there. That's Wizkid for you.
Yeah.
And I knew where he grew up. He grew up very close to my area in Lagos. It's called Surulere. So this guy too, Burna Boy.
Burna Boy. Okay.
Burna Boy, I heard him.
Burna Boy is
on repeat for like 20, like they played it 20 times back to back. I
was like, Nigerian, right?
Yeah, man.
And when you want to see a lot of stuff when it comes to Africa, Nigeria, there's a lot of videos, documentary in Netflix. And Sean, I promise you, I'm going to send you the documentary on that. You heard how we were being colonized by the British people, how they turned everything around and they gave the house.
Hey man, you keep breaking in and out. Like you keep breaking up halfway through saying something. This was like you dropping dimes and.
Are you saying I'm kind of like securing my voice?
No, like the connection is going in and out.
I live in Texas, sometimes that happens. But can you hear me now? Yeah. So Nollywood and Nigerian music industry is, is really, really dominating the world. It's called the Afro pop, and that's what is to the likes of Brown Skin Girl, Brown Skin Girl by Beyonce, Wizkid. Yeah, you see, So Nigeria is a very great place. Nigeria, Ghana. Ghana is another, beautiful country. They're very close to Nigeria. They are our neighbors, and we have all the same, way of living, the same culture, the same. We have different gods in Nigeria. We have the Ogun, we have the Obatala, we have the Yemoja, we have different gods, But
is that where Oshun? Is it Oshun?
Say that again.
Is it Oshun?
Oshun. We call it Oshun. Oshun. But you Americanizing the word. Oshun. 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 We have Oshun. We have Ogun, God of iron, God of thunder. And these things are real. We, voodoo. I don't know whether you've heard about voodoo. Voodoo is real. I've actually experienced some, and that's personal. It's actually, I remember years back before my dad passed away. So, and I remember I was taken to the hospital. They gave me all sort of medication. That never worked for me until they brought a man. We call them an herbalist. Herbalists are people who perform something in the shrine. So the guy performed some things, and within 5-10 minutes, I could see the differences. So it worked for me.
Wow. Do you call it voodoo in Nigeria, or is it more like Vodun?
Voodoo. We call it Ogun. Ogun. Okay. Voodoo. Juju. They call it Juju. Voodoo. Juju. Ogun.
So that's where Juju comes from.
You've heard that before, yeah.
Yeah, when people say that she trying to put her juju on me or whatever they say, they keep their juju. I just never knew where it came from.
Yeah, juju is voodoo. When they say they place juju, like they place a curse, juju, they can curse you with juju.
Mm. So are you Yoruba or Igbo?
So I am Yoruba.
Yoruba. Okay.
Yoruba. Yes.
Yeah, cuz.
Yeah, we found out that we're Yoruba through dad, my dad's side, through my dad's mom, and then trace that lineage back. But we haven't done any research, so like we don't know anything. So just trying to get there, right?
Yeah, I'll try to get some information. I can send it to Sean, and if you have some videos too, there's some videos that you can watch on Nollywood. But the only thing is you might not be able to understand it, but there's an interpretation like subtitles, right? So you can understand.
Okay.
Yes. But there's some nice videos, Nollywood videos that you can watch. I can send it across to Sean.
Yeah, please do. That would be great to start learning more and more.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, go ahead. Where you
I
going?
was just going to ask, when was the last time you've been back to Nigeria?
That was 2018. I went to Nigeria 2018, and it's a different world entirely. I've been in the Western culture for as far back as 2005, 6. I was in England. I studied in England and moved down here. Okay. So I've been to 3 continents. I've seen British people. I've seen the Americans. But again, I tell you this, nothing different. We are all the same human being. Right. There's nothing different.
Right.
Trust me.
Right. I'm looking forward to going to Nigeria.
When you go to Nigeria, your life is going to change. And Nigeria is a different vibe entirely. I remember when Cardi B went to Nigeria, she was like, no. This is a different world. Nigeria is beautiful. You have a lot of rich people in Nigeria. If you see houses, rich food, like you eat the food, they are natural. It's something that you need to experience it. And you'll be like, this is a natural paradigm. All right, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Grandpa's like he came up with this idea, man. I'm glad you came on, Femi, man. Like I was like, Femi can drop some real knowledge on us because I only know this stuff from reading books and stuff. So
yeah, when you watch those videos that on Netflix, I'm telling you, you will have a different perspective and you get more knowledge about how Nigeria came into being. Who colonized the country and why did they do that? You would see that. And Nigeria is a country that has a lot of natural resources. But unfortunately,
who is that?
I wouldn't know the resources. They have this education. They have talented people, but they cannot make use of those resources. I wouldn't know why. That is a different story, which I wouldn't mention. But, the problem, we have a problem of leadership.
Yeah, the politics of it all.
So how has it changed from when you were there and when you were younger to like the last time you went in 2018?
Say that again.
How has it changed since when you were younger, when you were there versus when you visited last in 2018?
Nothing has changed. It's getting worse. Nothing has changed. No. The leaders, they are the billionaires. They make money. They're making a lot of money, but they're not considering the fact that they have to take care of the nation. Yes.
How long you been here in the States?
I've been here since 2012.
Oh,
wow, man.
Yeah, I know. I just want to go. I want to go see Lagos. I just hear it's just. I hear it's amazing, right? Like it's really, really big. Like they say New York is big, but
there are different parts of Lagos, right? We have the rich Lagos, environment, and the one that is ghetto-ish. Okay. But again, it's good to experience both sides. You understand, when you go to the ghetto or go to the village, you understand the benefit of life. you know, and you understand, you appreciate God more. Yes, you appreciate nature because I mean, I can't tell you my story, but you know, you appreciate a lot of stuff. It's good to be alive. It's really good. It's good.
I won't ask you that. I was going to ask a different question. No, let's. So if we went, like, what would you recommend? What would you recommend? Or anything you would recommend us to see or
There's so
experience?
many things to see. Security wise, you know, that might be a little problem. You know, it's right now people are really hungry. So, so again, nothing is stopping you from enjoying that life. So the first thing is again, make sure you're mobile, like you have your, you know, your own vehicle, your car. You know, definitely you have someone that you can go with to guide you. You can even go to different places. You don't need to go to Lagos, right? So you go to there's so many places, man. You don't need to go to Lagos. Lagos is just for probably the educated people. I want you to see the real world, like go to the village and see people. You know, go to the bush and see. You know, then you understand that you know you see a lot of beautiful village girls, village natural people, people that have not seen the TV before, people that still walk around the bush barefoot, no slippers, no slip on, no shoes. Then you understand, you enjoy it.
Yeah, because being in Ghana, when we were in Ghana, it was blowing my mind how many sisters was wearing like the weaves and you know it was like being in America. It's like I don't know. I just didn't experience. I didn't expect that. That kind of just
I
kind of
want you to see this Benin Kingdom. Google that Benin Kingdom.
Oh, but in Kingdom.
Benin Kingdom. Okay.
He was definitely not happy with the amount of weaves and wigs that he saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The Edo also known as Edo Empire.
Well, it's not like wigs and stuff is thousands upon thousands of years old. That's before any type of Western civilization even started.
But I think it was the issue that they were straight and long, as if they
long blonde wigs like that might
right.
I don't know. Maybe it was a thing, but you could clearly see it was mimicking Western culture, which you know it's like a poison to me. But
yeah.
Well, Femi, what do you think about that, man? Like over there, like is that like a new thing or what?
I think I lost the network. There was a network glitch there. What did you say?
So my uncle was talking about how he felt that when he was over there
wow,
Ghana, like he said he saw a lot of the women in wigs and things, and how it was like
A long blonde straight hair wig.
Like is that a fairly recent development? Like how do you feel about that type of thing?
I still don't catch that, Sean.
Actually, maybe you can tell him. Maybe it's my thing.
So when my husband was over in Ghana, he was disappointed that he had seen so many Ghanaian women wearing wigs and weaves that seemed to be symbols of Western civilization. They were long, straight, blonde wigs. And so the question is that something that you would consider to be a new trend, or is that something that's been going on? Because Sean brought up how wigs, you know, are just cultural all over, but I was saying it's a matter of the type of wig that was the issue. We as Africans, we've always done different types of things with our hair, but I think it was the issue with having straight blonde hair that was the problem.
Oh dang, you might got disconnected.
Might have just lost it.
Yeah,
it's all right, but nah, man, dude was dropping. He was. I'm
happy. Yeah, he came in hot though, right?
he was dropping dimes, man. He might come back on in a second, but that's good info. Like a few people commented. One of my friends who's like I think she's first generation or something. She was talking about how he was bringing up how village living is way different from city living. Like that whole TV thing is that's legit, man. That's interesting though. The dichotomy, if I use that word correctly, how you can have a big city here and not too far away, you got a whole village of people who ain't never seen TV before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, unlike here in America, where it's like, oh, these people are uncivilized, we got to change them. People just getting left alone, let be. You know what I mean? Like, why? If they want to do that, let them do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I loved how he said beautiful, natural women who've never seen TV, which means they're not wearing the crazy makeup. And I say crazy makeup because makeup is, that's something that women have been doing for the longest with using berries to naturally stain their lips. I mean, that's nothing new, but it's just the ability for them to just bask in their own natural beauty as opposed to the TV telling them what beauty is supposed to look like. That's dope.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Pooh, y'all gotta go to the village now. Y'all can't just go to Lagos. Y'all gotta be in it now.
Yeah, well, we gotta have the right security now. So
like he said, get the right.
I caught those hints he was saying, like, oh,
be by yourself. Don't be walking.
Don't be out here running around with that accent all alone. Now you go.
He was like, there'll be trouble.
Hey, your little light skinned self over there, babe. You know your uncle had nerve to call himself dark skinned when they were in Ghana.
Oh, yeah.
He fell out laughing. Boy, bye.
Yeah. I like how he said it though. He said, "People hungry."
Yeah.
Folks hungry, man. They'll do you in, brother. So you can't even blame them. So
yeah,
definitely got to be careful. But I'm excited to go. I don't know when we can. I know, me and Chris supposed to be going over there next year.
It's interesting that he said it got worse since when he was younger.
That's something to me. When you were jogging in Ghana, you didn't ever feel threatened, did you?
Nah, not until I got to that one area. Remember I told you I turned around?
Uh-huh.
I got to this one spot, and my spidey sense was like, I was going to cross this little river and like run up in this place. And then some just said, don't do it. But I didn't see nothing. It wasn't like I saw.
Yeah. It's not about you seeing, it's about them seeing you.
About them seeing, yeah. It was that feeling. I just had that feeling like turn around. And then maybe it was nothing, right? Like maybe I just felt like I got too far away from the hotel or whatever. But it was great, man. I was just talking to people.
When people talk about going to Louisiana, like they were like, stay on Bourbon Street because when that music stopped playing, they got you.
They got you. yeah. So that's everywhere though. Like when we talk about going to Africa and they're like, oh man, be careful, it's so dangerous. I'll be like, brother, I live outside Chicago. Like,
right.
It's dangerous, bro. I promise you it's dangerous. Like
we go to Inkster.
Hey, hungry people will hit you in the head anywhere on the planet. And then we look different, right? So I know they know this brother ain't. Look at what he wearing. You just stand out like a sore thumb. So, and I mean, like man, in Inkster, you come over in Inkster looking like you got too much, you gonna get got. So,
because it is funny how. Even with Americans, we can tell when people aren't from certain areas. Because I remember the very first time I came to Detroit, your uncle said we were going to the mall. Your uncle said, "You're gonna stick out like a sore thumb." And I was like, "What you mean? Like I just look like a Midwestern girl." He was like, "But you don't look like them here. Like you dress differently from them here." And sure enough, all while we were in the mall, people were just staring like, "Where is she from? Where is she from?" Let's see. Dino said my family said the last time he was here, they walked out his vehicle with M16. They had to pay to pass. Oh yeah, I've heard about many stories like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember. We was riding out to I think it was towards the end. We was riding out to one of them spots, and they standing all along the roadway with them M16s, and you gotta pay to pass, man. Like that's from my understanding, that's just a regular thing.
Yeah. And he said it was kids too.
Where was this at?
That was me and you in Ghana. Remember we was riding with
Yeah, but I was just wondering. I missed him. You said you had some M15.
M16.
You might have been asleep. When we was on the way.
I was gonna say,
Grant would be avoiding danger, man.
Yeah, he was like danger.
I mean, like, can you imagine that? Grandpa 92 years old. He had survived every type of thing, mainly by sleeping through it.
Yeah. I can't wait to get over. I want to see every place.
One thing I say about Ghana or over them is that I don't know what it is, but you feel comfortable it feels like you home. I mean, just being with the people, you don't feel like somebody. They know that you ain't from that area, because they can just about tell where you come from, but you just I don't know. Perfect example of what I'm trying to say was like we were sitting out, and for you and your fat brother was sitting out in front of the bar there, and the people, I felt comfortable. I could have been an gangster,
Yeah, anywhere.
Paradise.
I'm not real comfortable.
It was cool. We were in Osu. Osu was pretty good. Dino says you got to watch yourself in Jamaica. You stroll too far off them resorts. Yeah, you get around hungry people, man. Listen, you can't be coming.
Yeah, you got a problem.
Yeah, folks be all dressing all flashy. That's our culture now. You got to show how much money you got by wearing it. And I'll be like, man, somebody gonna hit you in the head. Like, I don't know where y'all from, but like, you don't do that. Like, that ain't what you do. You don't do that around here.
Man, that's I stay dressing bummy when I go outside.
Man, listen.
Be one with the people, man. They be like, oh, this brother ain't got nothing. Just keep on going by. Because it's like I'm telling you, kids, I shouldn't say kids. People who are younger than me make it too easy. Because you can see them walking around, they got their whole paycheck on, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
And then they love pulling out the whole wad and showing you what they have.
Oh man, I'm telling you, if I was a ne'er do well, this has been the time. This has been the time to come up, because people they really be out here with the brick and cash. I'm like, you just I got some rent money.
right. But like the brother said, man, hey, people are hungry. I like that. People are hungry, man. You got to watch yourself. And like Dino talking about Jamaica, hell, Chicago. You where you at? Like, boy, you better get out of there. You're in danger.
One thing who's always said, when people are hungry, they'll do anything, and you cannot blame them for wanting to eat and for feeding their families.
Yeah.
So what was that when we thought there was going to be a recession? Was that 8? Well, 10, around 10, somewhere around there. We started stocking up on all types of stuff. We had rice, canned water.
That's what we did for the pandemic. I was like, oh, we about to get some rice and some
beans.
So
that's how we remembered that we had it, because Fred was like, we should start piling up. I said, I think we still got stuff in the basement. We had rice. We had like 4 or 5 pound bags of rice downstairs. It took us forever.
Let's go eat, man. Listen. Hey, I don't want to be in the Hunger Games out there.
You can stretch out some rice and beans for a minute, man, and ride some stuff out.
Ride it out.
I remember, man. I remember those first couple of weeks during when the panty started, and I was just like, I remember driving because I was like,
the panty.
When I told Ashley, I was like, all right, I'm leaving the house, so I was like, I will go out, pick up some food and stuff.
Your uncle didn't say that. Your husband and your uncle threw me to the wolves. He stayed in the house the whole time.
Your husband said, order that on Instacart. We got some money.
My God.
I wasn't trusting nobody. And I was just like, in my mind, logically, during a situation like Ashley knows first aid, she know how to cook and everything like that. She's a better resource than me. She's a better, if someone gets sick, I'm gonna throw some tussin on it and like get some Vicks Vapor rub it on you, and then like tie you up in a blanket. And, we're gonna sweat that evil out of you. Yeah. Actually gonna have actually medically approved practices. Like you'll survive if something happened with Ashley. With me, we're gonna be out here like cavemen. Like I think we can burn that chair wood.
I'll be like, man, only the strong survive. I guess you ain't gonna make it.
Wow.
So like I was just in my mind like so I'm like this. Plus our son was so young.
Yeah.
Well, he's younger than he is now. I mean, he's not like he's old,
right?
But like he couldn't crawl or walk or nothing.
Yeah.
Yet. So I'm just like, she needs to be healthy so she can breastfeed. So like, let me just make sure that I would go out like maybe once a week to pick up small stuff, and I would just see a police officer on the main roads, one on each block with like body armor and stuff. And it was just like for like the first couple weeks, it was like that out in Detroit. Now I was just like, oh wow. Like they're really trying to do crowd control. They don't because I'm like, when you see stuff like that, like it's not to me, when you see stuff in the news and they try to like if they might try to do scary or whatever, that's one thing. But when you see stuff manifest, like you actually see people out full armed and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's a real situation.
One day my girlfriend was in line at Sam's and they were like, we need everybody to exit the store right now. they made everybody leave because they had started rioting here in Chicago, protesting, and they were moving towards the store. So like at one point it was real, driving around here, all the stores were boarded up because folks had been looting. Like it's crazy to think about where we were a year and a half ago, like 18 months ago, because it did get really scary quick. And now folks out here living life like it ain't ever happened. Like, are you serious? Like, we're not still living in, as the kids call it, the panorama and the Panera, and they call it everything else. But they act
like panty today. I ain't never heard the panty.
The panty.
Well, that ain't the panty that we usually talk about, is it? Oh, we call it the panty. The panty.
Hey, keep it PG. This is a family show. Whatever you want to be doing, that's all business.
I'm talking about lamb chops.
It's the Untitled Beer Ranking Show. He talking about it's a family show.
It's a family show. Oh, lamb chops, man. We got. You know what? I was summing up the courage to take Grandpa to get lamb chops.
Wait a minute. Did you see how he just sat up when I said panty though? I think Pop's been there a whole bunch of times. He sat up before I even said lamb chops.
Hey, I was going to get some lamb chops.
I almost sent up the courage to take Grandpa one day, but I just didn't have the heart to do it. I didn't have the heart.
Hey, we gonna pick up where we left off in Vegas. I'm coming in town.
If y'all had gone to Vegas, I told Ray, I said I need all the pictures because if Pops go, it's everything. I need all. Matter of fact, just
I'm coming in town for it.
Oh Lord.
I'm coming in town.
Hold up. You know how it is, man. I gotta clock in. So let's do our final thoughts.
Right, I got a dash too. I got a 2:00 meeting.
So. See, let's do Uncle Pooh Bear first because he didn't big time us this week. What's your final thought?
I didn't big time you, man. I was trying to learn so that we can get.
Hey, don't say it to me. I'm just the executive producer, the star of the
show. Pop's the star of the show. I'll say my final thought is, man, it's good to be back on the show. I missed last week hanging out with y'all and you, Dad. So I appreciate that. Let's get to Nigeria. That's my final thought, man. Let's go there. I think that's going to be my thought every week, no matter what country we're talking about. Like, let's go there. Mm-hmm. But, man, I'm looking forward to seeing it and having the experience that he was talking about. And I go to the village at least for a hot second.
Okay. We got to figure out what's the next country we're going to do. Auntie, what's your final thought?
Final thought is it was just interesting. He was talking about Nigeria being a different type of place and it'll change your life. Because I keep telling y'all, the day I step foot on the motherland, maybe the last day I'll be in here in the States. So we shall see. I'm just gonna say whenever I finally go, because I do have a trip planned next year. We're going, and then I'm going with some sorors too. Hopefully there won't be goodbye, but we shall see. I know I just can't wait. I'm just shout out to the passport being here. Shout out to them.
Yeah. All the things I've said in the past. I'm glad they sent me my passport.
All I'm gonna say is this: before y'all go, make sure you got your vaccine information straight, because if you leave the country and they try to play the games of, well, we don't accept that vaccine no more. Mm-hmm. Make sure you got whatever America let you come back in here with, because if you decide, hey, maybe I'm not quite ready to leave yet, and you try to come back, they will send you right back where you came from, and you just hit. Yeah. That's my fear. My fear is until all this stuff is settled down, I don't want to leave no place I can't come back in without the right information.
I know that's right.
Because I remember watching The Terminal with Tom Hanks, and he just didn't have a country no more. He had to stay in the airport for like a year. And I'm just like, that sounds funny, but that was based on a true story. And we in that time right now where we've seen people who, what was it? Remember the cruise ship people got messed up or whatever? They didn't let them people come off the cruise ship for like how long or whatever. And so I'm just like, hey, unless you got the right stuff, make sure your paperwork is legit, because the government ain't trying to play around. You'll be like, oh, what you say? You don't got this T crossed? You a Nigerian now. So figure it out.
I ain't mad at that though.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you got the infrastructure and the means to like do whatever, that's fine. I'm just saying, for regular folks who got to clock in, just be sure that you got a plan before you leave. Grandpa, what's your final thought?
My final thought is I'm looking forward to next week. Yeah. So we can talk about some more Nigeria. I'm interested.
Well, in Nigeria, we got to pick a different country.
You're not gonna go back to Nigeria next week? Okay, well let's go to
the serious plan is we pick a different country every week.
Yeah, but I was thinking about
you say whatever I said.
I thought he was coming back with a documentary on Nigeria.
Oh, he's gonna send it to us.
He's gonna send it to us. We can watch it and talk about it. But let's see if we can get through the rest of the continent, because we didn't win through some of the bigger known names, but we got to get into some of the countries people don't really know about.
Well, the person I'm trying to get on, that's her job. She books travel just to Africa. That's the only place she focuses on.
Mm-hmm.
So I will trying to work to see if but she's over there now. I think she might be in Tanzania right now. I think she just posted a message Monday and said I can't keep up with where she is. I can't even remember where she was last week.
I wish we could. I didn't think about it. Jay's in Nigeria right now. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, I'll try to get him on one of these shows too.
Yeah, so you said, all right, well, let's do Tanzania. Brian, you invoked the name. Let's talk about
it. The name. There you go. Tanzania next.
Tanzania next week. We're gonna everybody who watching who know a little bit about Tanzania. If you from Tanzania, then saw Tanzania on the map. If you want to talk about it, let's come on.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna run. I gotta jump into this meeting.
Oh yeah, I gotta go too.
All right, babe. Have a good meeting. All right, y'all have a good day.
Love you guys.
See you next week.
Pops, I'll give you a call later.